Hello children, I am Vaishali madam. Today we have EVS class. So let us begin with the new lesson number 16, a busy month. So this lesson begins in the form of a letter which is written by Gaju Bhai. So it is from Bal Mandir Bhavnagar and the date is 13th April 1936. Dear children, so this letter is addressed to the children like you all, okay. It is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. There are no clouds in the sky. The sun is burning hot. The sparrows, doves, and sunbirds have started working in pairs as they prepare to make their nest. So, the birds, when they are going to have their baby, they work together to build their nest. Okay. Some of the birds have already made their nest. In some of the nests, the eggs have hatched. Some birds have already made the nest and the babies are being hatched. Okay. In some of the nests, the eggs have hatched. The parent birds are busy feeding the chicks with different kinds of insects and other things. So you all know that when the baby is there, the parents need to feed them. So similarly in the birds also, the baby which is born, which has come out of the egg, it cannot fly on its own, it cannot find its food, so its parents are going to feed it. Okay, and here it is mentioned that the parents are feeding small different kind of insects to their baby bird. In our country yard also there is a baby dove. There is another egg in the nest, but it has not hatched yet. So whenever you will also see near your vicinity, you will find there is a small nest built by any different kind of bird and getting ready for their family. Coming to the next page, on the way to Gopal Bhai's house, there are many stones along the roadside. In the space between these stones, an Indian robin has laid its egg. Bachubhai showed it to me. I looked through the binocular. I saw that the nest was made of grass. So you cannot go very close and see, otherwise the bird gets disturbed. Okay, so he has decided to look through the binocular and find out what is there. So he finds that the nest is made up of grass. On the top there were soft twigs, roots, wool, hair and cotton wool. So there are different materials that the bird uses. How smartly they find out things from the roads and everywhere, and they go and build their home, right? This is how the robin makes its nest. What a soft and cozy home for its chicks. The robin is not like the crow. A crow's nest is made up of all kinds of things, even pieces of wires and wood. So crow doesn't make this kind of soft and cozy nest that the robin makes. Okay. I saw a baby bird in the robin's nest. It was sitting with its beak wide open. The mouth was red from inside. In a little while, the robin flew to the nest and put something in the chick's open beak, maybe a few small insects. By then, it was evening. The robin settled down with its chick. So, he has observed that the robin baby birds were fed with small insects and it kept its mouth open waiting for the parents to come with the food. Now coming to the green box, you know that the quail sings sweetly. Do you know that this bird does not make its own nest? It lays its eggs in the crow's nest. The crow hatches them along with its own eggs. So you know this thing? The quail never builds its own nest. It lays the eggs in the crow's nest. It is very smart, see. And the crow is very innocent. And the crow hatches the eggs and what comes out of it? The quail's baby, right? There is a small tree nearby. It has a nest hanging from its branch. Have you seen a hanging nest ever? Yes. The birds are so wonderfully different. The crow builds its nest high up on a tree. The dove makes its nest among the thorns of the cactus plant or a mehndi hedge. The sparrow can be found in and around our own house. It makes its nest anywhere on the top of the cupboard, behind a mirror or the edge. So there are different birds and they build their nest in different ways using different material and also choosing different places, right? Then coming to next page, page number 122. Dove also makes its nest like this. Often they make the nest in old and deserted buildings, so it doesn't like crowds. See, it builds its nest in the deserted buildings where nobody stays. Okay. The barbet or the coppersmith bird can be heard in the summer with its tuk 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 call. It makes its nest in a hole in a tree trunk, and the tailor bird uses its sharp beak to stitch together two leaves on a bush. It lays its eggs in the fold of the leaf that it has made. This is its nest. The sunbird makes a nest that hangs from the branch of a small tree or a bush. The same evening, we saw a sunbird's nest. Can you guess what its nest is made up of? Yes, the nest has hair, grass, thin twigs, dry leaves, cotton wool, bits of tree bark, pieces of cloth, rugs, and even the spider's cobweb. So it uses many different things to make its nest. It's a long list given. Okay. And then coming to the next paragraph. When I looked through the binocular, I could see a chick in the nest. It was sitting near the small opening of the nest. It was waiting for its mother to bring some food. What else can it do? Just eat and sleep. Yes, so the babies which are infants, they would only sleep and eat, right? So similarly, the bird baby is also waiting for its mother to get the food. Then the green box says, do you know about the weaver bird? The male weaver bird makes beautiful woven nest. The female looks at all the nest and chooses the one that she likes the best and decides which to lay her eggs. Okay, so here the bird builds the nest. I mean, the males are going to build the nest, and the female bird is going to come and decide which nest she likes the most and where she will lay her eggs. Very smart. Then coming to the next page, 123 page. All birds are so busy these days. Why? Because they are building their nest to lay their eggs. Making a nest and laying the eggs is only the first step. It is a difficult task to raise the young ones in the nest which has been made with so much effort. See, building a house and giving the eggs is simple, but then raising the baby bird is very difficult, right? Birds have many enemies, human beings and other animals too. See, I have seen like whenever the bird lays eggs near our house on a tree or something, there will be many cats that would come around, dogs that would want to eat their babies, right? So they have to be alert, and even the bigger birds that would even make it a prey. Okay, crows and squirrels, cats and rats, all of them wait for a chance to steal the egg. Many times they even break the nest. So it is very difficult. It is really challenging. So to keep oneself safe from the danger, to find food, make the nest, hatch the eggs and raise the chicks safely, all these are the tests for every bird. However, the birds still sing with joy and spread their wings and fly freely. So in spite of having so many challenges, they enjoy their life, right? So that is all for now. Salam. Blessings from Giju Bhai. So the letter gets over and it is very informative letter, right? And there are few questions. How many years ago did Giju Bhai write this letter? So it is written on, the date is on the first page, that is 13th of April 1936. And what is today's date? So you can subtract it and find how many years back it was written. It is 1936 minus 2020. So just do the subtraction and tell me the years. Then the next question says, this letter talks about different birds. How many of these birds have you seen? So it talks about many different birds. So just write the name of the birds that you have actually seen. How many other birds have you seen? Which ones? So if you have seen any other birds which are not mentioned over here, you can write their names. Have you seen a bird's nest? And where did you see it? Have you actually seen a bird nest? I think you must have seen, and maybe in the buildings, like the pigeons always make the nest, the sparrows are seen around, right? So if you are already seen it, you will see it. Then coming to the next page, 124. Which is your favorite bird? Can you show your friend in the class your favorite bird flies and what sound does it makes? Okay. Then which bird is this? Now here there is a riddle given, a crown on the head and a coin and coins in the tail. So many shades of blue from top to tail. And the clue is also given. Clue is the hint for you to guess it easily. It is our national bird. So what is that? Yes, it's a peacock. Then coming to the next. If there is a nest inside or around your house, look at it carefully. Remember, do not go too near to the nest. Do not go too close to the nest and do not touch it. You are not supposed to touch it. If you do so, then the bird will not come to the nest again because it will get the smell, right? And then it will not come again. So you will just observe it, okay? You just look at it. Observe the nest for some days and note down the following things. So if you find one nest near your house, you are going to observe it and write down the information. Like the questions are given, you're going to write down the information. Where is the nest made? What is the nest made up of? Is the nest ready or are the birds still making it? Can you recognize which bird has made the nest? What things does the bird bring to the nest? Is there any bird sitting in the nest? Do you think there are any eggs in the nest? Then the next page, can you hear any sound like chick 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 from the nest? Is there any chicks in the nest and what do the parents bird bring for them to eat? How many times in 1 hour does the birds come out? After how many days did the chick leave the nest? So if you get a chance to observe it carefully, you will note down these answers. Then it says make a picture of the nest in your notebook. You have seen how birds use many different things to make their nest. Use some of these things and make a nest. Make a small paper bird and put it in the nest. So you're going to do this activity. You'll make a actual nest and make a paper bird and put it over there. Okay. Birds use the nest only to lay their eggs. After the eggs have hatched and the chicks have grown, they leave the nest. Imagine how it would be if we also had to leave our homes as soon as we learn to walk and talk. No, but human being is the only living being who takes care of the child even after his marriage, right? Otherwise everybody, like every other living beings, they kick off their children after they can eat and they can take care of themselves. Okay, so be thankful that you're born as a human being and you get so much love from your parents. After they leave their nest, different kind of birds live in different places. Some on the trees, some near the water or in the water, and some on the land. Other animals also live at different places. On land, under the ground, in the water, and on the tree. Then coming to the next page. Now page number 126 talks about birds' paws, which are different in shape because of their need and how they use it. Okay, so the one with the padded feet are for swimming. That is the first example given. Then the second is to hold the branches. Then the third is to catch the prey. Yes, those who kill the birds as prey and eat. So they have different kind of pose. Then to walk on the land, some birds which are aquatic but they also need to walk on the land, so they have different kind of paws, and some to climb the trees. So there are different 5 examples that are given. Then other picture also talks about the beaks, and it is based on the food that they eat. Some birds are herbivorous, some are carnivorous, some are omnivorous. So depending on the type of the food that they eat, they have the beaks. Okay, so the picture talks about the first picture is of eagle who tears and eats the flesh. The second is the woodpecker who needs a strong beak to make the hole in the in the trunk of the tree. The third picture is the picture of sunbird who would drink the nectar of the flower. So it has pointed beak. Then the next picture is of the bird which would take out the insects from the mud and the shallow water. So it has a very long pointed beak. and thus it is named as pointed spines. Okay, it is named as pointed spines. Then coming to the next, it is pigeon, very commonly seen, right? And it has a beak to crush the seeds. Okay, so it's not going to eat other birds and animals. Then the last picture is of, yes, the jungle crow. It has a beak to cut and eat many kinds of different food. Okay, it's variety. Then coming to the next page. Now the next page 127 says animals' teeth. You have seen that animals have different type of teeth. Have you ever observed that different animals have different type of teeth? Yes. So now the examples are given of cow. The cows have short front teeth for snipping the grass. The teeth on the sides are large and flat for chewing the grass. See, once it takes the grass and eats it with the front teeth, okay, and then it will take rest and sit under the tree and again take out the food that is gone inside and then again chew it properly. Okay, so for that it will use some other teeth, that are the chewing flat teeth. Okay, then the next example is of cats. Cats have sharp teeth for tearing and cutting the meat. They eat other animals, so they have sharp teeth. Snakes have sharp curved teeth, but they do not chew their prey. Snakes always swallow their food whole. Okay, and you know that they have the jaw which would open very wide open. Okay, so it is easy for them to swallow the whole prey that they are going to eat. Okay, the next is squirrel. Squirrels' front teeth keep growing throughout their life. Okay, so it's not like us that once we are gone through the milk teeth and permanent teeth, then will not get any other set of teeth. So squirrels' front teeth only keep on growing throughout their life. Okay, they have to keep gnawing on things to keep their teeth from becoming too long. So as we trim our nails, even they also trim their teeth, that is gnawing the things. Okay, so that which will shape their teeth and stop them growing too long. Okay, from time to time they have to do this. Then the next exercise says find out about your own teeth and write. So this is an exercise for you, your age, how many teeth do you have, and have any of your teeth fallen or broken, and how many. Okay, so you're going to fill in this information. Then coming to the next page, how many new teeth do you have, how many of your milk teeth have fallen but no new teeth have come in their place. So this all details you are going to fill in. Then the next is find out more about teeth. Look at your friend's teeth. Are there different kinds of teeth? Draw one front teeth and one back tooth in your notebook. Can you see any difference between these teeth? So when you will draw it, you will understand what is the difference between the teeth. Okay, so we are done with the lesson, and this is followed with an activity of imagine and write and draw the picture of a bird commonly seen. So you just go through it and complete it. Okay.